Thank you
Hi,
guys for the
Ange.
gifts. Thank you. Oh, here
Hi.
we go. So here we are, guys. This is For the Love of Travel, Gen X style, right here. Voila! So we're gonna go around and do
Yay.
introductions so everybody can meet us all because I think some of you follow each of us, and so collectively you probably don't know the rest of us. So I'm gonna just go. I will go to Ange first. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. Last one in gets to introduce themselves. So Ange, you go first, and yeah, nothing like a little pressure.
No, that's okay. I don't mind. So I'm Ange, and my background is marketing. I've done marketing for 30 years. But my love of travel came from my family, and they literally took me everywhere. It wasn't. I mean, I've just been everywhere with my family, and I've been to Europe, the Caribbean, Malaysia, everywhere. So that's what started me off. And then I was lucky enough with my job to be able to travel. And I went to some interesting places with work, like Russia, Poland, Singapore. So that's it really. And it all started from that. And I just love traveling. And any opportunity that I get, I travel. And I also help my friends who always saying, "Oh, Holland, I want to go here, and can you give me some recommendations?" And they give me a budget, and then I'll find them a holiday. But I'm not like a travel advisor in terms of like a travel agent. I don't book them, but I help them find them. So that's me.
Hey
So
guys, thanks for the gifts.
yes. Hey, so Ange, so Ange and I met on one of my lives about 2 months ago, and
Yeah.
I was thinking I was all that in a bag of chips talking about mine. And she's like, "Have you traveled here to there to this?" And I'm like, "No," and she just kept going, and it was so funny because I actually learned more from her that night than she probably did from me. But we just kept up, and it's been fun, just learning more about each other. And this is what I love about TikTok is you meet people you've never met before. And
Yeah.
Tracy, I met her while she was doing a cruise ship tour. I just popped in her room and then started pinging her behind the scenes. I'm like, "Hey, you're super awesome. This is fun." Like, so that's just kind of how it all started. Here, let's see. There we go. I'm pinning some stuff. It's giving me extra options I never had before. Um, now let's go to Tracy. You're next.
So I am Tracy, the travel advisor. That's my TikTok. I would say cruise addict, travel addict, but I am a travel agent. And I am joining you guys from Virgin Voyages right now on my balcony in their red hammock, which is lovely. I'm happy to be here. So I go live every time that I'm on the ship. I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. There we go.
Oh, wow.
We're here in Cozumel, and so tonight is our Scarlet Party on Virgin, and so I'll go live around 9:30 tonight. But I'm kind of all about cruise content. That's what I specialize in. So I'm happy to be here with you ladies. This is great. I'm super excited.
So, fun fact, I've never been on a cruise. So, again, I feel dumb because there's something else they're teaching me that I didn't know before.
We're going to change that.
We're
We're going to
We are
change
going to
that.
change that because I've been on cruises and they are amazing.
Yeah, I think we should do one of our lives from a cruise that we're all on together.
Oh my gosh,
I'm here for it.
Nuts. It'll be bananas for sure.
That sounds amazing. Bit mad.
So, Teresa, your turn.
Well, my name is Teresa, and I started my own travel company called Time to Travel. I'm a nurse full time, but I love to travel. I've always traveled, and I've always planned all of our traveling for family and friends. So I thought, with my daughter who just turned 20 and I'm kind of in that season. I'm not an empty nester yet, but I'm on my way. She moved out from college and then she graduates this year, or actually next summer. I thought I need something to occupy myself between being perimenopausal and, my daughter leaving and, the change of the seasons and then still with my 13-year-old son and being married. I needed something for me. So I started Time to Travel, and I launched it with a Mediterranean cruise for Norwegian. And my daughter and I went to Europe. We went to Italy. We flew in a few days earlier than the cruise so we could explore Positano and Rome. And my travel company, we simplify travel plans, and we specialize in traveling for celebrations. So, like if you're getting married, anniversary, any kind of milestone, because I love to plan parties and I love to travel, so I combined it with Time to Travel.
Awesome. That's awesome. And
My
so,
throat's sore, so I'm raspy today.
so Teresa's content, go check her page out. You follow all of us if you're not following some of us. Go follow all of us and go see some of the content because Teresa's makes me laugh. She's got the sense of humor that I have, and that's what kind of attracted me to her. I was trying to find like-minded but different enough people. So go ahead and do a like and hit the notification bell and follow us up top here. Tap the screen while you're here. Help share this live out. We need to get more people in here. We want to give you guys our wisdom and all the things that we do. So we came together because we thought 4 of us is much more fun than just 1 of us.
Yeah.
So what do we want to talk about today, guys? What were some of the things that we were thinking of that we want to share with everybody about what For the Love of Travel is going to be going forward in the future? Anybody want to chime in next?
I will. One of the things that I wanted to say for anyone listening, a misconception, if you have a travel company or you're a travel agent, a misconception is people think it costs more money, but it's actually a service that you're paying for. So whether you pay $500 and book it yourself, or I book it for you and you pay $500, that's a service that you've already paid for that you didn't even know about, and I didn't know that until I got into the industry. Is that right, Tracy?
Right. So a lot of people think, well, I have to pay extra. The only time that I ever charge is if it's like a huge, big curated trip where I'm doing everything from booking the hotel rooms to booking your dinner reservations to your car start, that it's basically everything is planned out for you. But otherwise, like when you book a cruise, you're right, or you book a hotel, that fee or that price online already includes our fee. So we get paid by them. So you shouldn't be paying for a cruise or a hotel. And then a lot of times we can add perks on top of that.
Yes. And I feel like we can sprinkle it and make it a little more special. That it might have been when you planned it yourself. Or even I have a lot of people reach out to me and they don't necessarily book through me, but I just like helping people. And it's a bonus to be able to have a business to do that. But I just enjoy helping people. I'm sure all of you do too. And I love to travel.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, I was lucky enough to go to Lapland, and, I booked that whole experience through a travel advisor. And if I hadn't, we wouldn't have done half of the amazing things that we did, because they kept saying, oh, you can do this, you can do that. I mean, I had a rough idea of the things that you could do, husky dog sled riding. Then at the end of it all, they were like, well, you can add on a ski package. I was like, okay, I hadn't even thought of that. And we said, go for it. We were only there a week, but it was brilliant. And the whole thing was organised from start to finish. So even though we'd be, they'd take us to the ski slopes, they knew exactly what our itinerary was. They knew what trips we wanted to go on. So they would make sure that we get to the right place at the right time. It was so organised. I don't think, as organised as I like to think that I am, it would have gone as smoothly as that if I'd have tried to do it myself. So 100%. I think certain trips, maybe some of the ones that I book, around Europe and things, we're quite used to just doing our own thing, booking let's get a cheap flight because we can get them here and move around a lot easier than you guys. But definitely that is one trip that would not have been as magical as it was if I hadn't have done that and booked it.
So, and I forgot to introduce myself, so I'll do that, but it's related to this topic. So I started as a travel agent 25 years ago. I started a website called nationalparkreservations.com, and I sold that business 5 years later. This was right when the internet was brand new. I had a toll-free number back then. I had 30 full-time employees, so that was my first trek into being a travel agent, and I learned a lot. And what I did then was national park travel, and that is really one of my biggest specialties in my niche that I really, really bond with. I love nature. I love hiking. I like seeing some of the beautiful places we have. And I've lived in Alaska for 14 years. I lived in Montana for 11, and I know all these places so well. I've booked so many reservations across the country in all of our national parks. And so a couple nights ago in my live, some people didn't know this, but sometimes when you're a specialty travel person, people contact you that blow you away. So I have booked a few celebrities. So I'm going to do some name dropping here, but I have booked some celebrities over the years because, of course, they came to us because they knew that we knew what we were doing and that we would get the best reservations and the best itinerary. Mickey Rooney, so he's no longer alive, so that's why I feel like I could mention some of these folks. But Mickey Rooney's family, we did a Yosemite trip for them. They stayed at the Iwani Hotel, so that was one that I did. Kenny Rogers was on tour, and his assistants called us and asked us to help with their Yellowstone and Grand Teton reservations, so we booked for them as well. Back in the day when Demi Moore and Bruce Willis were a thing, they had a place in Idaho, and unknowingly, we booked them reservations. They were under a ghost name, but somebody called us back later to make an adjustment. They said, by the way, do you know who you're making these reservations for? And I was like, well, the name on the reservation. They said, no, this is actually for Demi and Bruce Willis. And I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. So, I mean, it's so funny because that is why people need travel specialists, because they trust you. They know you're doing. We're educated. We're certified. We're trusted by all these vendors and these accommodation places. We're accredited. We're insured, all the things that you have to be a business. And we take it seriously. But number one, travel agents are customer service. We care about our customers. We want them to have the best experiences. And that's where TravelTalkShow.com came into play. It wasn't just about me. It's about the collective experience of travel in itself. And that's why I want to do this series with these lovely women, because it's more about what all out there that we can do. And there's just so many ways you can skin an onion when it comes to travel. And it's just so vast.
Let me answer. We had a quick question from Nike Mom about those lovely adult cake. I love how you put it, the adult arcade offers.
This is what
I spell it CASINO. So those, I will say, you usually have to book those direct with that adult arcade department for the cruise line. But as an agent, like sometimes for clients that have those type of offers, I do all the wraparound pieces and help coordinate everything and make sure. Sometimes I'll work directly with that adult arcade department. But,
I like that.
Help with the flight. Help with the flights. Help with the hotel the night before. Those kind of things. So, and Cruising Kimberly, thank you for the populars. So.
She's great. She popped in my life this morning. She's a great supporter. She's got a passion for sure. Sony Man, Southeast Asia.
Yeah, she's got some great cruise content. So
somebody's asking me about Southeast Asia.
My brother's fascinated with Asia, parts of Asia, and he's actually considering that being his niche for travel. Which I think is amazing because, he loves that area and he's interested in it. And I think when you find a niche that you love and you're passionate about, you can share that with others, like travel. That travel's so diverse.
So has any of you done cruises in Asia Pacific?
I haven't.
No, that's on my next list.
But I'm going to get my brother to do it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Like, maybe that could be a first. So maybe we do something as a first for all of us, and that would make it even more fun and exciting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be so broke.
One of the
Money comes when it goes, and that's what you should spend it on: holidays, making memories.
that's right, because life is
Yes.
short. Life is short.
So, Michelle, you said that you had a travel agent that never offered to help
Oh.
book flights or hotel for a night before my cruise. That's not a good travel agent. Sorry. I mean, that's part of your customer service, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, and I'm sure Time to Travel, part of, you do the same thing. Part of what I do is I build out a full itinerary that's got your cruise stuff, your flight, your hotel. It's all in one thing through, I have an app that you can use. So it's all there. Even if you book your own flights, I can just plop it in that itinerary for you. So you've got it all in one place. But yeah,
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
it that, Michelle, did you book a cruise only? Is that what you did? And then they just didn't offer to,
do
show
anything
you how
else.
to add the flights, because that is quite common, isn't it? You can just book cruise only. But they should then normally offer the option of looking at the flight for you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, Michelle, that's so sweet. Thank you.
it's mind-boggling to how. So that's the problem with today, with all the digital out there, with the online, all the things that everybody thinks they can use, and they're an expert, right? But and then everybody thinks they're travel experts, and so they do a disjustice to people when they're not really. So
Yeah.
that's one thing it's just one thing I don't really like, is when people, there are influencers out there that are self-proclaimed to be travel experts, and they don't give the best advice sometimes. So,
Yeah.
and you've got to learn to block them out so you don't keep seeing them, because it's really hard for me to watch that when they do misinformation. But yeah, it's just an interesting world that we live in, and finding the right level of service that you want. Definitely, if you find that person, stick with them, because they'll always do it right.
Yeah.
We kind of we live off repeat business, right? I mean, and I love having clients, repeat clients, because then I know what they like, what they don't like, what their preferences are, and it just makes it a easier relationship for everybody.
Well, you build the relationship. You start off as strangers, and then, like for me, I always like to have a client call. I don't push it, but I encourage it, because we get an opportunity to speak, to talk to each other. The client gets the opportunity to share what they're looking for and what their expectations are. So, like in Michelle's case, I would have talked to her if she welcomed it, and we would have just talked about the things that she needs from me. And through that conversation, you start getting to know each other, and you build on that for that repeat, business, really.
I had a client, so this is a fun story too. One of the first ones that I built out a very involved itinerary for, she flew into South Dakota to Mount Rushmore, and I think she went for 3 whole months with her family. She was out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I think she was part of the Hershey family, because she made me book everything. Flights, car rentals, all the way from South Dakota all the way down to Joshua Tree in California.
Wow.
And I booked every hotel for every night, and I built her out an itinerary. It took me a long time, but I did very well with her. She was worth it. And I don't want to say her name, but I mean, I'll never forget her name. She's like always ingrained in my memory. She was such a sweet lady. She was with a boy and a girl and her husband for 3 months, and they did a whole road travel right from Mount Rushmore through Grand Teton, Yellowstone. They went to the Grand Canyon, Zion, Bryce, Yosemite, Sequoia. They did them all and everything in between. And I learned so much. Like, even as a travel agent, sometimes you have to do everything, and you're not an expert on everything. But that's the best way to learn. You just dig in and you tailor it for your client, and it's the best fun to have. And I think that's why travel agents need to be a thing still, 100%, because we definitely offer that level of service you can't get from a website or an app, for sure.
Well, and you want your client to feel taken care of. It's a service that you say you provide, and it's a service that they're paying for, and we want them to walk away feeling like they were not just a client, but that they were taken care of.
Yep.
You know, like I want my clients to feel like they're taken care of, and I'd like for them to use me again. If they don't, that's fine. I can walk away from it knowing that I've done, you know, everything that I can do to help make them happy. But most of all, I get excited about planning travel. It's like it's my own trip. So
Exactly.
I want them to
That's
be
what I
excited
love about
too.
it. Yeah, for sure. And you do. You live vicariously through your clients as you're booking their trip for them. You're like, how would I love? But at the same time, it's not exactly you, right?
Yeah.
Like you're keeping them in mind and how you would tailor it for their likes. So,
and that's where that conversation comes in hand. So you get the details that a lot of people don't like to book their own travel because they're overwhelmed, especially if they're planning for like their family or like a celebration, because they want it to be perfect. And those decisions can be overwhelming.
That is a really good point. That is the worst thing when you're in charge and they're like, yeah, but you're the best one for booking it and you'll get it right. And then the pressure.
And then everybody complains.
And you're not going to enjoy the holiday because you're dreading thinking, oh, they're going to find fault. So that's what I was talking about was really good because it was all organised and I shared the itinerary with the family before we went and went through it in detail and got them to sort of buy into it and say, look, we can change this for this, or do you want to do that, you know, that experience instead of that one? So before we even got there, you know, everyone was really excited and up for it. I've got a question for Tracy. So I'm based in the UK, in case you can recognise my name. And I was wondering, so Tracy, could you book me a cruise even though I'm here, or would that not make any sense, or would it make no difference?
It depends on the cruise line. So some cruise, and it depends on your agency. So some cruise lines I can book regardless of where you are. So first is kind of, can your travel agent do that for you based on their contract? But I actually have, I would say probably a third of my clients are in the UK or Canada. Okay. So, yeah. Sometimes when it doesn't make, I've had one instance where it didn't make sense because they got a really special package that included flights and whatnot. And there's just different flights in the UK. I don't have it's just, I don't get the same kind of access to book. And I just let the person know, you know, I mean, that's, you know, I'm not going to be able to do that. But, you know, usually I just tell them, if you've got questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer questions, but you're better off booking with this particular company. So, but yeah, no, I have a lot of clients that are out of the US.
Because you're on a Virgin cruise at the moment, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
So I've never been on a Virgin cruise.
Me either. Tell us about it, Tracy.
Yeah. So, and I was looking at it. So, of course, watching all your lives now, that's what I've been doing, haven't I, for the last 2 evenings? Looking for cruises now. Because I'm like, that's a really good idea. I mean, the brilliant thing about cruises is you get to see a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get a good taste of it and think, okay, that's somewhere I really loved and I want to go back, or just go on another cruise again. But that's what I loved about it. But yeah, that's what you've done. So it's that watching your lives has made me want to book another cruise now. And
I mean, that's how I started following her. I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Last night
I love doing it. Last night was fun. It was fun, and it's fun for me. I travel solo a good bit, so that's kind of my other thing. So, you know, cruising is my specialty, but also solo travel. Mm-hmm. So for me, I love doing it because I feel like I've taken all these people along with me on my cruise.
Yeah.
And so it's fun. It's great. Yeah, I love it. And Virgin Voyages is a great cruise line. So they, just for anybody that doesn't know about them, they are kid-free cruise line. So I'm totally writing that down.
That's why I'm so excited.
That's what I want. Thank you.
Yes, kid free. I'm in the hammock right now on my balcony We have hammocks on the balcony, which every time I go on a different cruise line, I'm like, I miss my hammock. And the pricing, so some people will go and look at the pricing and, oh, thank you, Michelle. They are amazing. And think, well, they're expensive. But if you are a cruiser or you're looking at other cruise lines, it's a very different pricing model. So when you book with Virgin Voyages, it includes like all your basic Wi-Fi. It includes your tips and gratuities. It includes all your like dinner, specialty dining. It includes sodas. These are all things that you pay extra on top of when you book a cruise with Norwegian or Royal or MSC or Carnival. And so you kind of got to do apples to apples. And so really when you add all that together, it's almost the same price, if not the same price. So
That's exactly what attracted me to Virgin Voyages, because I've cruised on Disney and Norwegian, and I just feel nickel and dime the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
So I like the upfront pricing, you know?
Yeah.
I love that, which I don't have experience on Virgin Voyages like you do, but I will in January, and it's just a little 5-day cruise.
Hey,
Wednesday to
going
Sunday, and I'm excited. I'm so excited for
So
it.
where are you going in January exactly? What are all your ports?
It leaves from Miami and it goes to Key West. It's a really short one, and then Bimini.
oh yeah.
It's the Fire and Soiree.
It's a Fire and Sunset Soiree.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one. I can't even speak today.
Yeah.
But I thought for my first time, my husband's going and my brother's going, and we booked a room with a hammock, and then he booked like a room with the window.
Yeah.
So I could compare and contrast. And I thought, well, I would go live because it's my first one on that one. Just so, and I'm excited for the adult entertainment. You know,
yeah.
Entertainment.
yeah, like don't they have like cross dresses and stuff like that?
Oh.
So they have a diva on the ship. So
I'm a
they
diva
have,
too.
I know. Yes.
I think we're all
So they
doing
have a diva, and they don't have cruise directors. So
I love
as
it.
opposed to having all these announcements all the time from the cruise director, no, it's all pushed through the app. They have what's called a happenings cast. So it's
Oh,
like
love it.
between 7 or 8 different people that are kind of mini cruise directors.
Wow.
And it's lovely. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you for the follows, guys. We're really enjoying you guys coming in to join us today. We're just chit-chatting
Yeah.
about cruising.
Tracy, how is the food?
Oh my, the food's the best food I've had on a cruise ship. I mean, it's
Wow.
really, really good.
You said that. Yet when you were walking around and you were saying that, and I'm like, well, the one I went on, I thought was like amazing food, but no,
Yeah.
it really looked
The food's really good. I'm going to try to see if I can show.
Now,
But yeah, no, the food's great. And
I read on Virgin Voyages, you know how like Norwegian, it's freestyle unless you do specialty dining, then you need a reservation. But I read how does that work with Virgin Voyages?
so you make a reservation, but you don't pay for that dinner reservation like you do if you do specialty. Like if you want to go to the steakhouse, it's not $60. It's just included.
See, that's
if you
another
want-
part.
That's another perk, right?
Mhm.
If you want to, they don't have a main dining room or a buffet. They have what's called the galley. And so think of it like a high-end food court. So it's a high-end food court. So it's like if you went to the mall that had like Nordstrom's and all those really, expensive shops, and it's the food court at that mall.
Yeah.
And you can go, you don't serve yourself, you go up and they serve you, or you can sit down and on the menu, there's this little red flag you raise up. And they'll come wait on you. So it's kind of a combo. So
I love it.
it's great.
Hi, Orange Juice. Thanks for joining. I'm just like calling out
I've been
people.
on a P&O cruise. Have you heard of P&O?
No, what's that?
You haven't heard of P&O?
I've heard of. Yes,
Yeah. Well, they're
I've but
they're similar, where you have like freedom dining. You can dine anywhere. And they have like that food court scenario, and then they have the buffet as
Yeah.
well. But then you have different restaurants that you can go in, and they all serve the same foods. And then they do have a couple of extra ones if you want to pay, but the way they do it is included in the price.
Yeah, I don't think they cruise in the U.S., and so I think that's
No,
why,
They
unless,
don't, and
yeah,
that's why
that's why most,
because Virgin, you see, it'll be, I guess, if I want to go, you tell me where I can go.
Is that
Well,
Mediterranean?
I'd fly from
they
here to
sell out of the,
Dublin and then set off from there, wouldn't I?
yeah, so they go out of Athens, Barcelona. Sometimes they'll go out of Lisbon. They go out of Miami, and then when the new ship that launches this fall, they'll go back again out of New York through the Panama Canal. They're going to have some LA sailings and then do Alaska next summer.
Oh,
Oh,
So-
we want to go to Alaska, don't we, ladies?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't.
This book is on them all.
Well, when I lived in
Yeah.
Alaska, and I worked downtown Anchorage, you'd see all the cruise ships start coming in June, right? Right through September. Oh my gosh, it changes downtown Anchorage like crazy. Like there's just tour buses, there's people packed from one end of downtown to the other. And so you always knew it was cruise ship season when the cruise ships came in and into Anchorage, and they were everywhere and taking over the restaurants and the gift shops and all the things, right?
Yeah.
So Alaska's definitely worth it because the stops that are the most common, like there's Ketchikan, Skagway, Juneau, Seward. Yeah.
It makes my bones hurt just thinking about it.
Oh,
But it's definitely a place I would go at least once because my husband, he wants to go to Alaska. So I would do it at least once.
and I haven't been to that side of Alaska, so I did all the interior and up and over. So I've been all the way over to Valdez and down to Homer and all that, and then I did Katmai, which is like a short, like 2-hour flight from Anchorage. And I've been up to the North Slope where for work on the Arctic Ocean. So I've been up that high, but I haven't done like Fairbanks up to that point. There's just so much to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
there is so
There.
much to see. And Juneau's beautiful. I mean, a cruise is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Agree, 100%.
Well, I will
went to
say,
one yesterday, which was a world cruise, which was I think it was a 4 months it took from January to April, and all the places I want to go there, I want to go there, I want to go there.
yes.
It's just so little time, right? Like you just see all these things and your eyes are so big.
I need to
Yeah.
blow up. So all I can do is travel.
That's what I want to do.
We all need to do that, and then we can go take this on the road.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the things I love to cruise too, but one of the things that I learned when we went on the Mediterranean cruise, I actually enjoyed flying into Italy and having a few days.
Oh, there you are.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I learned for me, as far as going to Europe for my first time, is I enjoyed, the next time I go back, what I would like to do is fly into parts of Italy and use the train.
Yes, trains are a way to go.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I learned that, but I had never been. So for me, a cruise was the best way to go because you could see. Our cruise had like 10 stops, 9 stops on a 2-day cruise.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked it because we went to Italy and parts of Greece. We went to Malta, which was gorgeous.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
I think
It gives you the opportunity, and now you've seen it. You're like,
Yes.
you like that, so I want to go back and visit some more.
Yes.
That's
I
cool.
fell in love with
And I would
Italy,
say- I think-
but also Malta.
And I think Italy is easy to get a car. Like the last time I was in Italy, we got a car because they drive on the same side of the road as we do.
So,
They drive
Well, I live in Atlanta. They're crazy drivers in Atlanta. It was great. I just got a little stick shift and we just drove all over.
oh my gosh.
My
Well, when
daughter
I
and I was walking in Italy. I think we were in Naples. I'm not sure. We were walking. We had just eaten, and traffic was backed up, and there was mopeds jumping up on the sidewalk, like honking their horn.
Okay, hold on. I would not drive in Rome. I would
Yeah.
drop my
I'm gonna say, Rome is
Well,
like
I did drive to the hotel in Rome. We went from Florence all the way. We stayed in Tuscany, and that was
I was
so
going to
easy.
say, she's got to be thinking about Tuscany or somewhere.
I was thinking Tuscany, and then we drove to Rome.
There's no
When we
way.
went to Rome, we dropped the car off.
Yes.
That was it. So,
Rome, no. Do not
No
drive
way.
Rome.
Oh,
No.
I know we're not talking about France, but not Paris either. No way.
no, I wouldn't drive in Paris either. No.
No, they're crazy there too. Like you're even when you're a pedestrian, you have to watch. Like people do not slow down for you, nothing. So you have to really watch. Yeah, Paris is bad for that, and Rome is really bad for that. So
I like to
I
walk
love
everywhere.
Paris.
Like
You
I
can
like
find a
anywhere I
cute
go,
little
even the Caribbean. I like to walk everywhere.
oh, the amount of steps that I do on vacation is crazy. And
Yeah.
I don't even walk that much in real life. So it's like, I forget who I am when I'm on vacation. I just go. Like I did a live in Red Lodge, Montana about a month ago, and it was warm that day. It was like 85 degrees, and I wore like sandals, and I walked from one end of town to the other, and I did 8,000 steps in 1 hour on that live. And like you hear me, like it's posted on my page. You hear me, and I'm like huffing and puffing, like I've been smoking a pack of cigarettes because it was like I'm at 5,500 feet above sea level, and I live at sea level. So when you have the altitude going on, and you're in mountainous areas, that's what happens. So and it was so funny because I was trying to like talk, and I was getting excited, but I was out of breath, and I was just anyway. It was just a whole thing.
That's how I felt going upstairs in Positano, literally.
Oh, there's a lot of stairs there, I bet. Oh, I've seen the pictures. I know that's
I
all
was
my
literally that meme that's circling around TikTok where you go,
Yes, I have one of those. It's hilarious.
my 20-year-old daughter was just bouncing all over the place, barely breathing hard, and I was praying to Jesus to help me make it.
I think it's a bit like that if you go to Santorini, isn't it?
Yes.
That's on my list. I've not been.
Yes.
Oh,
Greece,
okay.
in Greece? Yeah, 100%.
Do not go May. Do not go July or August.
Yeah.
Do not go.
Yeah. Do not go then. But the thing I liked about Santorini is I didn't have to book an excursion. I've been there a couple times on a cruise ship, and you just can take the local bus wherever you want to go. And the local bus is like a coach bus, like an air-conditioned coach bus.
Oh, wow.
€2. €2 from the
that's
city,
awesome.
€2 back. It's so easy.
So if you're in Paris or London, do those hop on and hop off buses? The double deckers? Those are the best. Those I always do those when I'm in those cities because then you don't have to worry about anything. Don't Uber, do that kind of stuff instead. Because they'll do the thing, like a guide, they'll be talking, like where they're going past, give you all the stories too.
Yeah. Maybe that's the cruise we need to do. We do a Mediterranean cruise.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to go to
for that.
Barcelona.
Tracy, I'll just do any of the ones that you want to invite me on.
Okay, come on.
I'll be there.
All right.
I know I better quit this day job pretty soon, or else I'm just not going to be going through my PTO like crazy.
We sat there at a desk watching us going around, and we going, "Hey, hi guys."
Don't tell my boss.
Well, that's why I did the meme on my page about the Airbus. Like I missed the bus, but I didn't clarify that it was the Airbus, and I'm actually not going to be back in 7 to 10 days. I always have that thought in my mind at work. I'm like, how can I do this? Anyway.
Yeah.
But Tracy can do her job and cruise at the same time.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, so
Work remotely.
there's pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the good thing is I travel. Right. I travel a lot, which is great. The bad thing is I work every day. So, and I love doing the live. So like going live for me, it's not really work. But when you are responsible for people's travel, like I had a client this morning who called and was like, we've had a death in the family and I can't go on my cruise tomorrow. So I spent this morning working with the cruise line to see what we can do. And this is a plug for travel insurance, guys.
Yeah.
You buy travel insurance. Buy
$40 goes a long way.
And read
sometimes.
it.
It would
Read
have
the
cost
policy that
them,
you buy.
right.
Read it.
It would have cost them like $140, $150, and now they're going to be out like $2,000.
See, that makes
That's
so
a
much
lesson.
difference.
That's a
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I do it anyways. My husband's like, right? And I'm just like,
I just bought an annual plan because
Yeah.
I travel so much. I just bought.
That was smart.
actually, that's a really good
Yeah.
way to do it.
We get it with our bank accounts, so that's okay.
I need to do some resources on that too. Travel insurance is a big deal. Like you got to know the good ones and the bad ones, and the ones that actually cover you and
Yep.
where you are. Some of them do not do international travel.
You got to read the fine print.
You really
And
do.
also, what
You really do.
experiences you're going to do. I mean, skiing
Right.
or, paragliding or any of these things that you're going to do.
Oh my god.
You wanna make sure that's added on, and do not trust. I mean, if a travel agent tries to tell you what the policy covers, that's a big red flag. Like, I'll give you the basics,
Mhm.
but I'm going to send you the policy so you can look at it and decide, because I'm not a licensed insurance agent.
Right.
You know,
Well, and you don't want to be liable. Like Tracy
No.
told me it would be covered.
well, and I mean,
Yeah.
I want people to know what they're buying. So
Yeah.
make sure you get the agent to send you a copy of what that policy will be before you
Exactly.
purchase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little story here. So, a friend of the family, he was in Hawaii, and they're from Canada, and they were in Hawaii, and he had a heart attack, and they had to fly him back to Canada, $100,000, $100,000. So, also
Wow.
get medical insurance too, not just travel insurance, but sometimes depending on what ailment, like what you have, you might need to get like a medical travel insurance as well, which is separate from the other policies.
Mhm.
So that is also something a lot of people don't realize,
Yeah.
and especially if you're going to other countries with different medical
Mm-hmm.
plans or costs involved that you may or may not know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be
If you
honest.
have anything, you're supposed to, I'm talking about something major, but you should declare it before you go, because if you've got it and you don't, and then something happens to you, you're not covered.
I'll be honest. I've never purchased travel insurance until, now I'm older. I'm in my late 40s, Gen
Right.
X. So you start thinking about things differently. And then when we went on the Mediterranean cruise, leaving the country, and, I'm older, I'm healthy. But I think when you get older, you start thinking about, things differently. But it's not just for, older people. Anything can happen at any time.
Anything. I mean, I think Carnival just reported yesterday 2 people passed away at their Celebration Key. Two separate incidents where people drowned. I mean, it just,
Things happen. I got it on my daughter too, and she was like, I'm 20. And I'm like, well,
Yeah, but they don't realise what you're actually insuring yourself for as well.
Right.
well, that's like saying people die of old age. You're lucky if you get to die of old age.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
But
Right.
even if you lose your
That's a
luggage,
blessing.
we went on holiday once, and my I lost my suitcase, and my husband lost his, but the 2 kids had theirs, and they were fine. But where we went was a surfing place. Now, my husband has size 13 feet, so we couldn't find.
Oh gosh, what did he do?
Well, we struggled. We just had to do what we for days we just had the same clothes on. And you just, where we were, they were like surf shops, so there wasn't anything really that you could buy as in the main things that you needed. And but at least coming back, so we could buy what we could buy, and then at least we could claim it back. But if you don't have any insurance at all, you've got nothing.
Y'all, we went to the beach, like a weekend trip. We live about 5 hours from the beach in Florida, and I do all the packing for the family and all of that, except for the 20-year-old, because she knows everything. But my son and my husband and all that, and I forgot my underwear. Like, I had no underwear, and thank you, Jesus, for Walmart.
Yes. Yes.
Because we got to the hotel that night, and I was like, "Where's my underwear? I had none."
Oh, so so I was talking in my morning live about like how you have a process when you travel, and I advise people like travel the same way every time you travel. Have your little checklist of things and like the ways that you do things, because then you'll never forget anything. So
Yes.
so certain things that I've learned over the years. Take all your like Imodiums, your gas X. I know this is TMI, but nothing's worse than going
That's
to
our
a
age.
right.
You pack differently in Gen
No,
X.
no, that is not our age, because I can't tell you how many times I've been on a trip with my son and he gets sick and he needs medication.
Yeah.
And you
He's
go to
used to
foreign
mom
places and
having
you can't find the stuff, and you're in a pinch. You're like trying to find. They don't sell everything that you're used to that you could use, right? So I
Yeah.
take the Tylenol, I take the Advil, I take the X-Lax, all of it. And my husband laughs because I put it in like a big Ziploc bag,
Yeah.
and then I also put them in my purse in case it's packed in my suitcase. But I have it on me too, because sometimes on the plane or when you're getting there, right?
Look, here's my one bag.
Yes.
See, look, we're
I
all
just gotta-
agreeing, and we're all into traveling, so there must be something in this.
Yes.
You have to, because nothing's worse than when you're having bathroom issues and you have nothing to help you with it. Like,
Or feminine products. Because if you're on a cruise,
No.
if you're on a cruise, you're only going to find like the minimum pads and tampons. So I
Yes.
always pack those.
really getting into
that poor minute, I was like, oh my god. But
Sorry.
good to know if you're taking
No,
your
it's
for your
okay.
daughters on a trip, you've got to be prepared for
Yeah.
that stuff. It's
Yeah.
a thing.
These are lessons learned in life because we went on a senior trip for a cruise and several of her friends. I organized all of that. And I'm kind of going through the change, so I wasn't expecting it. We'll get hello, surprise.
Thank you, Uriel.
And so I learned always pack and be prepared.
And
Yeah.
I overpack. And people, like, a lot of people brag about how they just go out at the carry-on for a 2 or 3 week vacation. I'm like, you're crazy. I just don't do that. I pack 2 suitcases, a carry-on, and my purse.
Oh my
Because-
gosh.
All right, I have a little funny TikTok about that, about overpacking. So you have to go look. It's one of those little meme things.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll have
it's
to
all
look
about
at it.
packing for your 5, excursions plus your different Scarlet Nights,
Yeah.
White Nights, all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always overpack, and I'm okay with it. I've accepted that I'm an overpacker.
I'm in the
I'm
middle.
like,
It depends on where I'm going and how long.
yeah,
So,
and
But one of the good things, Tracy, am I right? I don't know, you're going to confirm this. When you go on a cruise, there's no limit to how much luggage you can take.
no, there's not. You just feel like, how much room do you have in your room?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Exactly. But you see, Daphne, you can take us on a cruise. You can take what you want. It's down to you. You've got to then store and
Well, except for I have now discovered, because I booked an Antarctica cruise
oh,
for February,
Oh my gosh.
and it
what?
was
They did?
we're available. We can come if you want us to.
Do you want to come?
Yes,
I
I
would love
know.
it.
Oh
I
my
gotta
goodness.
go to the warm areas, Tracy.
Yeah,
So
I
I wanted
with
to
you there,
do-
Teresa.
I wanted to do Antarctica, so a friend and I booked, and it's
That's
on an
awesome.
expedition size ship. So there's only, I can't talk today. It may have been the margarita last night.
Last night. Why did I know?
Are you blessed?
Morning.
So tonight, guys, 9:30 p.m. Scarlet Night. I'm gonna be
I
back
gotta
on.
work tomorrow, dude. I can't do the same thing I did last night. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
When I
come in
went
and
for the
support
second
you,
bottle, my
Tracy.
husband's looking at me like, no.
You can only bring 40 pounds of luggage. Everything. Purse, backpack, bag,
Oh wow.
everything. That's it.
Oh, I
30
died.
pounds.
I
Yeah.
died. Oh,
To be
How
fair,
long is the cruise?
I mean, it's not a cruise, but I know I'm going back to Lapland, but that was a thing because I hadn't thought that through. And you know, like,
Wow.
you buy a snowsuit and all this sort of stuff. But
Oh.
I didn't. I wanted, I wanted to take my own stuff. But when you think about it, you need the right shoes, you need the right footwear, you need
Yeah.
So I
It
expect,
flew around. You know, it was like -30 some days. It was absolutely.
You do need to
luckily
be
they
smart.
provide the jackets. So like the
Oh,
heavy
that's
duty
good.
part. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
you
part
can.
of the cruise.
That's huge.
Right.
That's huge because
Huge.
winter coats are really bulky and take
Yeah.
up a lot of room. I would normally just take it on the plane with me and drag it all around rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
packing it in my suitcase because that would be ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
So funny
Yeah.
story. I'm gonna tell. So this might period.
Want to lower your music a little bit?
Oh, is it still too loud?
Yeah. It's a little, yeah.
I think
Okay,
we're
I'm
shouting
turning it off.
over it a bit.
So one time when I was in Germany and got on the wrong train going the wrong way, I had 2 ginormous suitcases and I was traveling with my older sister who I don't get along with well on a good day. So we were visiting a younger sister who lived in the southern part of Germany. And when we discovered, we'd just done a 14-hour plane ride to get over there from Canada. And so my sister, who was not an overseas traveler much at that point, was a little irritated with me to begin with, let alone finding out that we went on the wrong way on the platform in Germany, which is easy to do in the train stations. And so when we found out, I mean, we figured it out when we got all the way back, but we were on the last trains of the day all the way down. And yeah, dragging 2 ginormous suitcases
Yeah.
at a fast pace through those train stations. Yeah, that was needless to say. I got an earful. Like, yeah. Anyway, and so it's the family joke. They have every time I go on a vacation, they have the clown car with all the people packed all around it. They say Daphne's traveling again. Here we go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I did an Instagram reel that was like which type of packer are you? And each slide had the overpacker, the underpacker, all of that. And it was interesting to see people engage in, like what type of packer they are.
And
Yeah.
did you get a good response?
It was medium. It was when I first started, so I was getting responses and didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
So looking at some of that, I'll just hop in real quick and just say we've had some new people join. So I thought maybe we just kind of share that, we are 4 lovers. So this is called For the Love of Travel. four of us. And so we're talking, this is our first live together. And so we are talking travel. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And we're going to go live every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So
Is it every Sunday?
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see what we're all doing. I mean, if
We'll
we're
see.
yeah, we'll see.
And I did grab the TikTok handle with For the Love of Travel for us.
Oh, I didn't even know that was available. Awesome.
Yeah.
Tracy on top of it.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody's gonna grab that. I'm grabbing it real quick.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we met, guys. So we'll fill you in a little bit more. We said it at the beginning, but of course, people have come and gone since the beginning. So what we've done is we've joined forces together. So I'm TravelTalkShow.com, and that's the community building travel, having fun with it. So I saw all these ladies through various means. And joined me in one of my lives a couple months ago, so we befriended them. Tracy was on a live on a cruise ship, and I've been to many of her lives since. So much fun to watch. And then Teresa, I just saw her content. She's got a funny sense of humor and a great way to put her content out there. So she was right up my alley on that too. And have you traveled to Africa? We're getting that question right now. I think there is somebody that has. Ange?
Oh, I've been to the Gambia. That's the only place that I've been, and we
That's
talked about this
interesting.
the other day. But
So, fun fact, I am planning a South Africa trip next year. So, that will be, that's on my bucket list. I am looking at it right now. And who was it that I was talking to Ange the other day? We were talking about it because we were seeing some places around there that we would do as well. So, she might be doing it. So, we'll see.
Well, and I would say from a travel perspective, as a travel advisor, there are certain groups that work directly with travel advisors to plan those kind of trips, that specialize, that live there, that have people that are on the ground there that assist you. And so that's definitely the way to go. That is not a trip that I would recommend people just book.
No,
Oh,
so how this
yeah.
came about, so I will tell you how this came about. So my day job, I work in oil and gas and I do digital technology training. So the company that helps me do the training, the data scientist, and that I don't know anything about those things. So they are actually based out of South Africa and they're amazing people. So the owner of that company actually invited me over when I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about going to South Africa. What could you tell me about it?" She goes, "Daphne, I have several vacation homes throughout the country. You're more than welcome to them." And I'm like, well, thank you. Hello, I'll totally take you up on it. She's like, and we'll show you around. We'll give you the local. And I'm like, that's exactly what I want when I go to a country like that because it's so foreign and different from what I'm used to. So I'm not used to that kind of travel at all. So
especially if you know them.
Yes.
There's a sense of security.
I've met them several times. They've come here to Midland, Texas when I did one training. One came over that way. One came to Alaska, and then she came over to Houston last fall. So yeah, I feel very comfortable with them, and they're very lovely ladies. So yeah, that's and from what I've already interacted with over there, because I work with this company all the time, South African people are amazing people. They're just super friendly and very well traveled, actually. So they will make it worthwhile. For sure.
Well, Tracy, I thought a cruise. I told you I was looking at cruises.
Yes.
Where it included a safari. Where we went.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you went to Africa, and then you came off the ship for 2 days, but it's all organised, and then you go.
Oh, yeah.
Safari. Yeah, and then you come back, and I'm looking at that because I'm thinking, going back to our original discussion, you get the best of both worlds. Then you go and try it out. Go on a safari for a couple of days. It's all organised.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
thank
welcome
you from Morocco. Mo.
Wow, Morocco.
Ooh, I was in
There's something on
Marrakesh
my
in
list.
December.
I bet that's a beautiful country.
Oh yeah, I want to go do camel riding there. I think we can do that out in the
I
desert
want a
there,
belly
right?
dance.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list. Awesome. I love people dropping in and
did,
where you're all
quad
from.
biking in Marrakesh. Quad biking was cool.
Oh,
I didn't fancy the camels.
oh, we're all beautiful.
Delicious.
Thank you so much. I'll take it,
You would have liked
Thank you, Mo.
but I don't need a sugar daddy. I'm good. I'm kidding. So yeah,
You might consider a bit if you can give up work and then you can travel whenever you want. So don't rule it out.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could drop
don't
cash
rule it
my
out,
cash app if you want. I mean,
Your husband will understand.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you said then we can do all these travel we want to do, right? Like, hello. So, what else is there? South
With all
Africa.
the messages I get with all the money that I'm offered, I mean, really, if I took it all, I could give up work tomorrow.
Okay, so let's just talk about that. Now, people, we are talking about travel, but let's
That's
just
right.
take 2 seconds to talk about TikTok. Because all of you people that are watching, I love that you're here. Thank you. And you're on TikTok. But how many of y'all get in your messages, can I just send you $5,000? Hey, lovely lady, can I just...
Hey, babe. I hate that.
I know. I'm like, delete.
Yes.
Oh, the Blue City in Morocco. Yeah, beautiful.
I screenshotted it, sent it to my husband, and said, "Look, you got competition."
City, don't they, in Morocco? And then, is it the Orange City? I'm trying to think which Marrakesh is. Is that's not the Blue City, is it? That's the Orange. Maybe you could.
I think so.
You
I can't
could
remember.
answer the question.
So, guys, follow me and hit the notification bell. We're gonna do these probably every Sunday. We're gonna see how this goes, but you will see us on here every Sunday and doing these chit chats. And we're gonna do a quick go around so people know who we are and why we're here and all the thing. So, Tracy, tell us what you are and what you do and why.
What you are. I am Tracy, the travel advisor. Give me a follow. I am a cruise addict, and I am a self-professed cruise addict and overpacker. So welcome to the show. But I go live from the cruise ship, and then when I'm home, I usually go live around 8 p.m. Eastern and just do cruise chat and talk. And right now, I'm on a Virgin Voyages cruise. So I'll go live again tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern for our Scarlet Night, where everybody dresses up in red. But yeah, no, I love being here.
And
I'm here just because I love travel, hence the name. That's it. For the love of travel, that's me, and I'll travel anyway. Go have a look at my pages. I've travelled extensively. Haven't even put half of where I've been on. But yeah, I've been looking to travel from a very young age, and with work as well to some amazing places. So yeah, that's me.
Teresa.
My name is Teresa, and I own Time to Travel. I help people simplify travel plans for busy people or people that are overwhelmed with making decisions for traveling. And we specialize in traveling for celebration. So if you're celebrating any type of life milestone, we help make that special for you. And we focus on the details so you can enjoy the trip. If you're not following me, follow me. We can have some good conversations and talk about travel like we're doing now. And I want to thank all these women for this opportunity. You guys have all been so welcoming and encouraging. I think this is a good example of, there's room for everybody, and you have to know how to be a friend to have friends. And even though we've never met in person, I feel like we can hang out.
Oh yeah. Well, we are hanging out.
Well, yeah, we're going to hang out on a cruise.
That.
Yes, for sure.
First, guys, we will definitely at some point, the four of us, be all in the same place at the same time.
100%.
Yeah.
All organised by Tracy.
Yes.
Yes. Like Tracy. I'll make sure that wherever we are, the guy who was singing last night.
Yes.
Oh, there's
there.
alcohol involved, 100%. Mo.
We might claim him as your man.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. This may be. I may not should show this. But
Is it him?
Oh, nice. Is it him?
I keep all that kind of stuff to myself. I'm like sharing.
Yeah, that was perfect timing though. That's why I was like, is it him?
Oh, that's too much fun. So, guys, I'm Daphne. I'm a Travel Talk Show, and I do TravelTalkShow.com. I do podcasting, travel podcasts, and I reached out to these women so we could do this because I just thought, sometimes singly on your lives, even if you're on site, you need to add more fun to the topic of travel. And for us being all Gen Xers and at the same point in our lives at this point, we thought it would be really fun because the Gen X generation right now is up and coming and has the most disposable income and have the most energy to travel right now. So if you go check out my website, well, we like to think we do. Of course. So on my webpage,
Yeah.
yes, cruising.
Yeah, well, and I will say, I think Gen X, it's actually one of the largest solo travel groups,
Yes.
growing solo travel groups, and it's
We're
amazing.
sick of everybody's crap. We just go.
Yeah, and I mean, we also like to make sure that we book like the most economical, but yet the best, right? So we have to find that balance between the two. Kind of, sort of. So I dropped a podcast a couple days ago. I don't make anything off them right now. They're free. Download them. Go to the website and listen to them. Decoding Gen X Live Travel or Gen X Travel. So it gives you really good oversight of what the Gen Xers are doing now and the why behind it. It's actually pretty fascinating. So this is what this whole topic area is for. We have lots of information to share with you all. We think these Sundays that we do this with all four of us together, we can learn something from each other and from you. We learn so much in our lives from our people that follow us too.
Yeah, and guys, if there's hey, Johnny Tsunami, thank you for joining. So let me just say, Johnny is another cruise content creator.
Awesome.
He is amazing. He doesn't do just cruises, but he is amazing. So if you guys have specific content that, topics that you would love to know about, just DM us, let us know. This is our first one. So thank you for joining. This has been great.
Thank you for giving us your time for the day.
Yes, and we are scheduled through to 2:30. We didn't know if we were an hour or an hour and a half, but I will start putting more on the calendar for all of us. And then maybe we'll do one next Sunday for now and see how that goes too. But I will also take the recording from this and make it into a podcast and get it out to each of you so you guys can share it with your clients or whatever. Because I think it's good for people to understand that when people collaborate, so much more is done. Better for everyone to share all that collective experience and wise travel tips.
And I did get the YouTube channel for the Love of Travel.
Oh, did you? Awesome. Awesome.
Look at you. I'm excited.
And yeah,
Wow.
so
It's going to be good things.
Yep.
Yes,
Upload it there
yes.
too. Yep. I'm just figuring. And that's the fun part about today, now's world with social media and videoing and digital and all the things. We can take this and put it into YouTube and people can watch it there too. So that's a whole other audience. And yeah, it's just so much fun. I think we're
And
gonna.
we'll have guests. There's so many great travel creators out there
Yes,
that,
yes.
like Johnny's one that we can include and
Mhm.
talk about different topics. So I think that I'm super excited about
Yes.
Yes, because there's room for everybody.
it. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's good
Yeah.
at something.
And if anybody wants to ask questions, sometimes not through chat, we'll put you right into the panel box here, and you can ask us directly via video if you want as well. So if anybody has any questions right now, by all means, keep asking the questions. That's what we're here for.
So long that it is about travel and not wanting to marry any of us. Just to be clear. You know?
Unless you're rich.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Girl, I got my own thing. I don't need
I'm
that.
just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm happily married.
So,
Funny. Well, do we want to wrap it up, or do we want to just hang on for a little bit?
I'm good with wrapping it up.
Okay, I think we did
Yeah.
really well. I think this felt good.
I'd like to go eat actually because
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm going to go
8 o'clock
love
at-
on my man.
you and me both. It's 3:00. I need to do that. The ship's going to leave soon. That adult arcade's going to open.
Oh,
There's going to be some singers playing, and then I got to get dressed for Scarlet Night so I can
Yes.
get live. and
Oh,
all red.
I'm going to set a timer, Tracy, so I can support you for your live.
Oh,
Awesome.
thank you.
and that's
You're
at what,
welcome.
8 p.m. Eastern?
At 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so that's 8:30
That's
my
8:30
turn.
my time.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll definitely be popping in yours, that's for sure. I'll go live again Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, so that's when I usually
Okay.
go. And Saturday and Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. So that's when I usually do my travel talk show. And
Okay.
fun stuff. I end up doing battles sometimes, and then I get awkward people in my lives that are like, what the hell's going on? She's talking about travel and making me roll with it.
I'm going
That
to
was-
set a timer for you, Daphne, so I can remember.
That one was hilarious, Ange, wasn't it? Oh, that poor girl. Okay, well, I guess we'll wrap it up. Thank you for everybody that joined us today. I'll put another one down for next Sunday. And as we go, we'll have more information to share with you and more updates. And maybe we'll book a trip and get some of you to come along with us. Who knows? We've got a lot that we could be doing going forward. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you to you ladies for helping me out with this.
okay.
Yeah, that
You're
was great.
welcome. Y'all have
All
a
right.
wonderful
See you
Saturday.
all tonight.
Yes, we'll see you tonight. Yay! Thank you guys.
Enjoy it, Tracy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.